Good day. I want to kind of add on to Find a Happy Spot, a little video blog I did yesterday. And I know, speaking from experience, it's tough to get motivated. I know a lot of people suffer from depression, like I said. These videos are going to be quick. But I want to tell you how I beat depression when I experience it. Basically, the human brain can only juggle so many things at a time. When you lock into something that makes you sad, and depression can and will lock you in, you have to find a way to beat that. It becomes debilitating, and you become highly unmotivated. And if you're someone that suffers from depression like myself, on a continual basis, you have to learn to figure out how you can smash those walls down. I'm gonna give you guys a little advice on how I smash depression. Now, the brain only being able to handle so much at some time, unless you're hyper intelligent. Your brain works a whole lot, and hyper intelligent people are sad, they are moody. You have to occupy that brain of yours. And basically, when I feel my depression kick in and my bout, and I feel like I'm going into them dark woods, you have to stimulate it. And stimulating it can be tough if you don't have a happy spot, but if you don't have that happy spot yet, you can still beat depression. Beating it is not as hard as one would think. When you suffer from it, that's it, man. You're stuck, and it's hard to get out. It's like being in the mud. Your feet are heavy, your legs don't want to work, your body and brain and mind, your spirit, everything. It just kind of collapses in on itself. You feel weighted down, really weighted down. The first thing that I would do when I would feel these bouts coming on would be go outside. You heard I said that in the other video blog. Go outside, walk around. Colors, senses, smells, all stimulate things. And once these items start moving into your mind, the depression starts going away. If you had a table and it was occupied by, say, 10 bottles, and the table was filled with these 10 bottles, and you put another bottle on that table, the other bottle on the other end of the table would fall off. That's how you start chipping away at it. You keep stimulating your brain, keep stimulating your mind, you'll eventually knock off all those bottles with every bottle you choose to preoccupy that tabletop. If you start exercising, walking around, checking some things out, your mind will start to work. And you will actually feel yourself becoming motivated and getting motivated. My skateboarder friends can maybe understand this. When you don't want to skate and you're not feeling that good, or if you don't want to ride your bike, my BMX friends can understand this. You're not motivated, you're sitting around, you don't want to do nothing. Once you get out there and start moving around, the motivation starts taking effect, and you start feeling these things, and then become motivated. And sometimes those are the best days you have riding, are the best days that you go out and you didn't even think that you're going to do anything, you know? You thought you're going to sit around or whatever. I know all my friends that have done that have had those kind of days. Begin chipping away at the depression. It's not going to be easy, but eventually you'll find some stuff. If you can't get out and start doing some things like that, you're just going to have those same bottles of depression on the table. You need to start putting new bottles on the table, knock the old ones off. When you're walking around in nature and you're looking at stuff, get into the detail about what you're looking at. Try to figure out what kind of flowers are those, how this tree grows, how these animals survive. This sounds stupid. It really does. But you become motivated after you start chipping away. It takes a little bit, this process. Watching TV doesn't help with all the sadness and nonsense and bullshit on. Believe me, that you're just replacing one bottle of depression with the other bottle of depression. Go out and start experiencing some positive stuff. Start chipping away at the anxiety and the depression that you feel inside. Believe me, those bottles will fall off the table with every bottle that you replace it with. I don't know if that's a good metaphor, if I'm painting a very visual picture for you. I am no artist, but that's how I start to do it. Once I'm out there, I start walking around, I smell the smells. The smells remind me of some things. I try to remember, you know, what was this like? I remember this wet wood smell, or I remember this concrete smell, or this tar reminds me of some things in my childhood, or whatever. You'll start feeling that depression slip away. I know a lot of people out there are sad and they're not motivated, but believe me, go out and go for a walk. Go out, start cooking some food in the kitchen. Start thinking about some things, some factors. Start doing some math in your head. Get your brain moving. If your brain's moving, you'll eventually shatter a lot of that depression. Little difficult maybe for some of you guys, but man, I encourage you to go out and do some shit. Being motivated, being physical, stimulating your brain. Depression is a debilitating thing. Let me say that one more time. It will weigh you down and your mind will go to those dark places. That's why I say go to your happy spot. Do something that makes you happy. I'm trying to keep it really, really simple. Your brain can only juggle so much. And if you start adding some things, you'll start dropping some other shit away and you'll start juggling the things that you want to catch. It's about the best advice I can give somebody. You could take medicine, you could do all that shit, you could talk to the doctor, you could talk about your problems. But I know guys that have experienced, and I know ladies that have experienced so many more difficult things in their life. And sometimes talking about it with someone, hey, talk to a friend, sometimes that shit doesn't work. You end up just feeding the fire. You're dumping gasoline on the fire and you're just going to make bigger flames, and it just enhances that depression, because a lot of times friends will empathize or they'll sympathize depending on who they are, and then you actually can walk away feeling worse. I know this from experience. I know I have lots of friends, and I was a downer to be around. I would complain, and I still complain and do some stuff, but I catch myself now when I start complaining. And I don't want to weight anyone else down with that. No one wants to be around you when you're sad, and that will actually drive people away and enhance and increase all the anxiety and depression that you feel. You need to start chipping away at it. It's not that hard. I mean, you will feel immobilized at first. I know that in my family, it runs kind of deep, the depression and the anxiety. We weren't really given the mental skill set to be able to go out and do the things that we need to do, treat other people right. Put on a happy face, baby. Believe me, when you put on the happy face, people will reciprocate. You'll get the happy face back. Not all the time, but that's not your judgment call if they don't want to be like that. Now, this thing's running over 5 minutes, going on to 8 minutes now at this point, and I just want to kind of wrap it up, because I think that it's something real serious. If you don't know how to take the proper steps in finding your happy place, you'll never arrive. To walk and act as such, I want you to be good to yourself and be good to other people. You are loved.